Hi class and welcome to week 8. Our topic for this week is intercultural competence and business. Intercultural competence is something that we're really striving for in this class, and really in my work that I do at Kirkwood. It's something that I'm always trying to educate people on and get students, faculty, and staff to gain this intercultural competence skill and quality that's really hard to come by and has a lot of different definitions. So this week we're going to learn a little bit and talk a little bit more about what intercultural competence is and why it's important to global business. So here we are in week 8. It is almost midterm. So next week I'll be posting the midterm grades. Watch for those. As you know, I'm always updating the grades in the grade book anyway for the class, but this is a good milestone for you to go in and check your grade. Make sure you know how you're doing in the class. I try to keep all the grades pretty up to date on a weekly basis, but this is a good milestone. So check in how you're doing and contact me if you have any questions. So we look here at the intro video, which is what we are watching right now. The learning objectives for this week are to define intercultural competence, demonstrate some skills that are needed to work globally, explore strategies about how to do business in another culture. And we'll be focusing specifically on feedback and things like that as well in your reading. So let's see, let's go back. If you look at the readings and videos for this week, you've got a couple of videos on interpersonal skills, and then this video from one of my favorite shows, Seinfeld. And you'll be working on project worksheet 2, and then this additional video here. So just a little bit videos for you. And then, of course, your textbook reading, which you've got chapters 3 and 4. Chapter 3 is about establishing credibility and feedback, and chapter 4 is about obtaining information and evaluating people. So one of the most difficult things in business, right, is communication. And feedback is an important skill, and it's important to understand that different cultures have different levels of comfort and different styles of feedback. So it's important to be aware of your own style of feedback and then how you might need to adapt that to other cultures and or be flexible in adapting if you're getting feedback from someone from a different culture or a different type of organization. So that's the readings and the videos for this week. The big thing for this week is the second worksheet is due for your final project. Now remember, there's this whole folder over here, the final country project overview and drop boxes for progress sheets. That is important for you to read. It's important for you to study the rubric as you're doing each of these worksheets, because the rubric is what is used for grading and for adding up the points that you'll receive for your project worksheet 2. The fun part about the second project worksheet is this is when you will choose the country that you're going to work on for your final project. So out of the 3 that you selected in project worksheet 1, you'll be choosing one of those to dig more deeply into and do some cultural profiling, which if you remember, we've learned a lot about stereotypes and generalizations and dimensions and how to talk about cultures. And now you actually get to apply those learnings to one specific culture that you'll be able to dive more deeply into and learn more about. So please take a look at the rubric for project worksheet 2. Follow that. One of the most important parts of this worksheet is the interview. I recommend that you interview more than just one person about your culture in order to better understand it. The best way to get to know another culture is to talk to somebody from that culture if you can't be in that culture yourself. So if you're doing a project on India, if you can actually talk to someone from India who has done business in both countries, or even who's just from that country, even if it's somebody who isn't a business person, but somebody who's from that country, so you can gain that perspective, you will learn so much. So this is really important, the interview portion of project worksheet 2. And if you want to just video that interview, that would be fantastic, and include that in your assignment. I love it when there's a video like this one of the people that you're interviewing. It's something you can also use in your final project, snippets of interviews that you've done with people from that country. So valuable, so valuable. So I really recommend doing that if you can. So then the next thing is you will have week 8 is a graded discussion on feedback, and you will use a lot from your chapter 3. Remember to use citations and to use APA formatting if you're doing that. And similar structure as usual, 1 initial post, 2 reply posts, and finally there will be a quiz at the end of this week. I hope that this intro video will help you this week. Congratulations on getting to midterms, and let me know if you have any questions at all. Have a great week.